is Sam. Behind me is my 2015 Hyundai Genesis Coupe 3.8R spec. And I have some major updates that I'm going to be giving for all y'all right now. So I know it's been a little bit since I last put up a video. In that time since then, I finally did get the alignment dialed in on my car. I had said that I wasn't going to be doing anything with it for a while and that I had some big plans coming up. So I actually now have that dialed in. I've also gone and tinted the fog lights myself, just little touches here and there. That's actually tint that I had initially intended to put on the Z4 about 3 years ago, and somehow it still worked, even though it was just $11 tint. But here's the big thing. So I have a new way I've set up my camera that I'm gonna have in the car so I can record. I had tested it out when I had Kermit, my Mustang. It's a mount that brackets from behind the headrest on the passenger seat. So far, so good. But I do finally have everything dialed in. The tire is low on one of them, but the other one is fine. It's just because I never got the second tire, which I was told I was going to be getting when I had to get a new tire because that alignment issue had worn through the entire passenger rear tire down to the cords pretty much in the span of 2.5 months. But other than that, everything finally works perfectly on the car. The steering wheel is actually even centered for once. But as of yesterday, I actually now have booked where I'm going to be staying. I am heading up to Asheville, North Carolina at pretty much the end of next month. So actually about a month from now, if I'm not sure, almost exactly the day even. I am taking part in Rambler Rally's Circle the Smokies event. So it's a 3 or 4 day long road rally up through the Smoky Mountains, through Tail of the Dragon, doing some drag racing, doing some stuff like that. And I am finally going to be able to bring the Genesis and have it be not only good, but have it be competitive. Don't know what it is. Tail of the Dragon is 11 miles long with 318 turns. It is part of Highway 219, I think it is, up in Deals Gap, which is Tennessee and North Carolina. It is seen as one of the more complex driving roads in the eastern part of the country. Now, last time I went up there, I had Kermit, my 2014 Mustang GT. It had stock suspension, it had no second gear. It was just not really suited to do that road at more than a kind of a slow pace, which is fine. The technical speed limit there is 30 to 35 miles an hour. But this car with the limited slip differential like the Mustang had, but the independent suspension and the Brembos is going to make a huge difference. Plus the BC Racing coilovers and the car just in general being a little lighter, a little smaller, and actually wider at the same time is probably going to be a lot more competent on winding mountain back roads, which is kind of what I bought the car intending to do. I've yet to take it to autocross. I haven't had the time since I do work a lot of Sundays actually, but this car really is what I need for a road like that. Now, if I had the opportunity, yes, I'd like to add a little more to it. You know, I want to get some splitters, canards, stuff like that to increase the front end aero because I've done a lot for the rear end. I don't necessarily need side sills to have upgraded aero, but realistically, the car is set up pretty well right now with everything I'm gonna need. And I am looking forward to taking that car up to Tail of the Dragon and taking part in that Ramblers Rally's Circle of the Smokies event. Now, like I said, I signed up about 2 to 3 months ago. I last night reserved the cabin I'm going to be staying in while I'm up there. It's about 30 minutes from Asheville, which is where the event's going to be taking place through. So it'll give me a little bit of a drive, get to enjoy the scenery a little bit more. But realistically, this is going to give me a chance to really push this car a bit more. I've done a little bit of data logging, a little bit of testing since getting it back from getting the engine, and of course now since getting the alignment redone. This car really is a much better performing car than a lot of people give this credit for. I get that it is a 9-year-old Hyundai. I do know that. But the fact is, it competed very well with cars in its market, and I really do love this car. Everyone I've ever met that has had one said it is one of their favorite cars they've ever owned, and I'm very quickly understanding why. Seats are comfortable, ride is nice, good power with the 3.8 that I have, making about 350 horsepower, 350, 360 range. It's just a very good performing car, and I am very excited to take this to Tail the Dragon. Hopefully I'll have some time and some extra money lying around to do autocross maybe once beforehand. But if not, this car will be going on a 6.5-hour drive up to Hendersonville when it is it's 3 weeks into July for that event. So I'll be going and taking pretty much 5 days to go and do this entire event. 1 day driving up, 1 day driving back, 3 days for the event. But if you're gonna be in the area also, I'd be more than happy to meet up with anyone that is a fan of the channel, anyone that's on social media doing the same kind of thing. And I know it's just gonna be a good time. So if someone's in the area to come and, you know, take a look, do whatever they wanna do, I'd be happy to hang out with people when I'm up there. But realistically, this is just, it's a good chance not only for networking and business improvement over the next coming months, doing this, making some connections, but it's just a chance to kind of stretch my legs. I haven't gotten to actually take a vacation or even a break from work in just about a year. Unfortunately, I don't have much to show for it. The way I have my job set up, I've had to pretty much spend most of the money I've earned, and I haven't earned that much. But it is realistically a time frame for me now to get this car up and running on mountain back roads, hopefully get some pictures done. As you saw in the beginning of the video, I did actually get some rollers done. Thank you, Austin, for that one. We set that up, used my friend Remy's ATS with my friend Ben driving with Austin, hanging out of it, taking pictures on the highway, doing some rollers. Car looks incredible. Only thing I wish I would have done before then is possibly change out the wheels. I don't know what I'm going to put on there. For a minute it was I wanted to put some RPF 1s, but I'll figure that out when it comes to it. I have good tire, I've got good wheel setup. The spacer on there fit perfect. And the 4-pot Brembos are really, really highly capable on this car. Realistically, this car is going to start actually getting a lot more content done on it like I'd intended. It's just almost a year that I've had the car. I think actually the road rally will be exactly 1 year from when I picked up this Hyundai Genesis Coupe. So kind of a good way to bring in 1 year of ownership, other than the engine issue and the alignment problem that was not even related to the car having an issue. It was just the shop had not done it properly. And they have made it right, obviously. It's where I work even. Realistically, over the past near 12 months I've had this car, other than the engine, it has been a phenomenal car. It has kind of the kind of unique differences that you get getting something like this over a G35, G37, 370Z, any, you know, V6 coupe that'd be comparable. And I know that people give it a lot of crap because it says Hyundai on the badge, but I mean, it's obvious Hyundai's been doing pretty well. This car is really good. I really do like it a lot. I don't even think it needs more power. I'm not a huge fan of just dumping power and power and power and power and not having any performance, driving mod, anything like that. And if you didn't already know that by me not trying to boost the Mustang or anything, I don't do super high horsepower cars generally. I'm happy between 350 and about 500. So I've had 350 in this, I had 450 in the Mustang, 500 to 550 is probably the next range with whatever I do choose to get. I'm not sure what it'll be yet. It'll be a few years out regardless, because I do like this car, and I've also, like I said, only had it about 1 year so far. But to recap, everything's fixed on the car, everything works properly, I love it. Road rally coming in just about a month, and if anyone's up in the area, I'm looking forward to seeing y'all. But until then, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. But till then, bye-bye.